Welcome to the tutorial on employment communication. Now the chapter is job interview, how to deal with the interview in a job search. In that case, you should find out what you can about the employer. Before going to the interview, you should know about the company. In that case, you can investigate the information of that company. What is their product, what is their service, and what is their organizational structure, and what are the responsibilities of various stakeholders in the company. On the interview day, you should make a good appearance. For that purpose, you should have a good appearance through appropriate dress and grooming. And before going to the interview, you can anticipate the questions and plan the answers. Be at ease, calm, collected, and confident. Your voice should be clear and strong. You have to control your facial expression and body movements so that the interviewer get a positive idea about your confidence. Help bring out the questions that show your qualifications. You can answer in such a way that the interviewer get another question from your talking, and you can also mention some words in the CV or resume so that the employer can continue their talking from those words. In that way, your interview will be very easy to continue. Now we can see top 10 interview skills that will help in getting hired. The first one is preparation. You should prepare yourself by anticipating the questions in the interview, and you should plan the answers of those questions. The next one is punctuality. You should arrive at the interview place timely. Thinking before speaking. Next one is speaking clearly, cohesively, and calmly. After that, being confident, not arrogant. Listening attentively. Expressing optimism with words and body language. Showing interest without desperation. You can show your interest, but don't be desperate. Knowing more than your elevator pitch. And expressing gratitude for inviting you in the interview. Now we can see the common mistakes in job interview. The first one is dressing inappropriately. You shouldn't dress in an inappropriate way. For that purpose, you should wear a conservative dress so that you look professional. And the second mistake is arriving late. You shouldn't be late to arrive at the interview place. Focus on the timely arriving and bringing a drink with you. You shouldn't bring any drink with you. Using your phone during the interview. At the time of interview, you should switch off your phone. Not knowing anything about the company. Before going to the interview, you should investigate the company, their product, their service, and fuzzy resume facts. Your resume should be clear and strong by mentioning your important skills and experiences and accomplishments. Not paying attention at the time of interview. You should show symptom that you are interested. And at the time of interview, you shouldn't talk too much. Not being prepared to answer questions. That's why it's a suggestion for you that you should be prepared by anticipating the possible questions and plan the answers of those questions. And bad mouthing about past employers. It's a bad habit. You shouldn't mention any bad image. You shouldn't badmouth the past employers of you. Now we can see the top interview questions. Tell about yourself. What is your greatest strength? What is your greatest weakness? Why should we hire you? How do you handle stress and pressure? Describe a difficult work situations or project and how did you overcome it? What are your goals for the future? Why do you want this job? What are your salary expectations? Do you have any questions? What can you do for us? Would you be willing to relocate or to travel? Do you prefer to work with people or alone? What do you expect to be doing in 10 years or in 20 years? Why did you choose this position for your career? How do you feel about working overtime, working nights or working weekends? What have you done that shows leadership potential, teamwork potential? With hindsight, how could you have enhanced your achievements? What kind of decisions are most difficult for you? What have you heard about this company? What kinds of people do you find it difficult to deal with? What major problem have you faced in group projects and how have you dealt with it? Do you tend more toward following the rules or toward stretching them? Describe a conflict you had with someone and how you resolved it. These are the top interview questions. Before going to the interview, you should be prepared by planning the answers of these questions. Now we can see 25 attributes or characteristics interviewers don't like to see. So these are the characteristics or attributes which the interviewers don't like to see from a candidate. We can see the first one is poor personal appearance. You should have a good appearance by wearing a conservative dress so that you look professional. After that, overbearing, over-aggressive or conceited demeanor, a superiority complex, a know-it-all attitude. After that, we can see inability to express ideas clearly, poor voice, diction or grammar, lack of knowledge or experience, poor preparation for the interview, lack of interest in the job, lack of planning for career, lack of purpose or goals, lack of enthusiasm, passive and indifferent demeanor, lack of confidence and poise, appearance of being nervous and ill at ease, insufficient evidence of achievement, failure to participate in extracurricular activities. That's why at the time of studentship, you should take part in extracurricular activities to acquire various types of soft skills like leadership, coordination, motivation, teamwork, etc. Extracurricular activities will boost or increase your confidence by developing your soft skill. And next one is overemphasis on money, interest only in the best offer, poor scholastic record. That means result is nothing, but you should maintain a standard result so that the employer get idea that you are sincere about everything. Unwillingness to start at the bottom, expecting too much too soon. That means you should start with a junior position and you shouldn't expect a higher salary. You should start. You can demand higher salary whenever you are experienced in that position. Next one is tendency to make excuses, evasive answers, hedging on unfavorable factors in record, lack of tact, lack of maturity, lack of courtesy and common sense. This is very sensitive. You should have common sense, including answering mobile phones, texting or chewing gum during the interview. You shouldn't do that type of nonsense behavior. Being critical of past or present employers, lack of social skills. And to acquire social skills, you should participate in the extracurricular activities so that you can practice empathy, teamwork, marked dislike for schoolwork, lack of vitality, failure to look interviewer in the eye. That means you should have eye contact so that the interviewer can get idea about you. Limp, weak handshake. You should have confidence that will develop your body movement or body language. So these are the issues you shouldn't do or you should avoid because it will create a negative impact at the time of interview. Thank you.